Hey guys, I am in Vegas today. I have decided to partake in an at-home sleep study. I have needed to do this probably at least for the last 10 years or so, maybe more. I've always had trouble with sleeping, various problems. But my biggest issue is being able to stay asleep through the night. And so, I've tried different things and different medications and stuff like that. And anyway, the at-home sleep study is really cool because it used to be that you had to go and stay in some clinic overnight. And I never could fit that into my life anywhere. So when I found out you could do it at home, I decided I wanted to give it a shot. And it's only 2 nights. So tonight I will use the equipment that I'm going to pick up today. And then again tomorrow night I'll use it and return it in 2 days. And then they'll get whatever information off of that equipment and be able to analyze it and tell me whatever I need to know. The reason I'm having it done also is because I wear a smart ring, and one of the things it monitors is your blood oxygen when you sleep at night. And mine goes down into the 70s percentile range, anywhere from the low to the high 70s. It varies. And I don't know why that is, but if you look that up online, you will read that that is actually considered really dangerously low. And I don't notice it though, when I'm sleeping, but I see those readings and it just kind of makes me curious as to what causes it. So that's why I'm having it done, just so I can figure out what causes it and everything. And if you watched the last video, first of all, let me apologize for the length of that video. It was incredibly long, but I felt like it was really necessary. So just to follow up on that video, things are still not great at home with my partner, and not sure where that's going to go at this point. I'm just really trying to focus on listening to my gut and my intuition, and that's a lesson I've had a really hard time learning in life. And I've always regretted it when I did not listen to my gut or my intuition. And so I decided to spend a couple of days after the last video just kind of like thinking about it and focusing on it. But one thing that does come to mind, and that is just what feels right to me, is to continue to focus on what I'm trying to build. Stick with my art, keep building my art business. I do have a license to sell life insurance and health insurance. So it looks like I will probably go back into life insurance for at least a while. And work as an independent contractor. That's not something I have done before. I've done life insurance working as a captured agent for a State Farm agent, but I have not ever put the time or effort really to work as an independent agent contractor. So I'm planning to do that and to give that a go, crossing my fingers that it will help me to generate some residual income. And then the other couple of things that I'm doing have to do with more creative projects. One of them is I'm writing 2 books. I'm rewriting a book that I self-published back in, I think, 2011. That book was called Betsy's Story, and it was a story about my mother's life and death, and story of recovery, and her story of living with a kidney disease. And I was never really satisfied with that book, so I'm rewriting it this time, and it's going to be a biographical novel. I hope to have it ready to submit to publishers by the middle of next year, 26. So we'll see. And then I'm working on another book that's a fictional book for young adult readers and on up, maybe even. I don't know yet, but we'll see how it turns out. And it's a a periodic book where it's like it takes place in the 1800s. It has to do with Native American culture and that sort of thing. And I've always been really interested in that, and I studied it in college. And I do have a teensy bit of Native American blood in me, but not enough to ever walk around claiming to be a Native American myself. But I have the utmost respect for Native Americans and their culture and their traditions and their beliefs and their spiritual beliefs especially. And so I'm writing this book, and who knows what will happen with it, if anything. But it's something that I've been sitting on for many years that I've never completed. So I'm kind of working on both of them at the same time. And then the final project that I'm doing is a new website that will, first of all, link up with my current Etsy shop for Eisen Artworks. But I also want it to act as a portfolio, like a gallery of my work. And I also want it to be a place where people can utilize a contact page if they want to hire me to do private commissions for them. I just am about to complete my very first private commission, which had actually ended up being an enormous painting. The size of the painting was a little bit intimidating for me, but I just went ahead and just went for it and did it, and it's turning out beautifully. And I can't wait to have that. That'll be done within a week or so. So I will, share that info later. But so I've got several things in the pipeline, and of course I've got some pop-up events coming up for Eisen Artworks where I'll be mainly showcasing the hand-painted jewelry that I'm making. That seems to be everybody's favorite thing as far as all of the things that I sell goes. And so that's what I've been doing, is just trying to streamline. I'm also going to add a few new products that were suggested to me over the weekend by some customers that came by. One of them are badge reels like the nurses wear. I'm going to make those. And then the other thing are golf markers, those little golf markers that the golfers use when they need to, pick up their ball, but they don't want to lose where where it landed. They got to remember where it was so they can put it back when it's their turn to putt again or whatever. And I thought, what an awesome idea. So I already looked up where I can get all of the materials, and I've got that ready to go. I've got a few other things that I'd like to do, like pouring over guitars and stuff like that. Not guitars that you play, just guitars you can, mount up on the wall or whatever. And I've got an old guitar that I'm going to practice on, a couple of them actually. Just to kind of get my bearings. And then I'm going to do like smaller size. Those are regular size acoustic guitars that I'm going to practice on. But I'm going to do this on smaller guitars, like maybe ukulele size or mandolin size or something like that. So it's not huge on somebody's wall. But I probably will do some regular size too. Like maybe if somebody wants me to do a custom project or something. But for just regular sales, I think I'll just do the smaller size. Because I'm going to take the strings off and everything. I'm not even going to have them strung. I have to take them off anyway to do the paints. So, to do the paint pour. But I think I'll just leave all the strings off and everything and just let it be its own work of art up there. Unless somebody really wants the strings on there, which I can do. I have all the stuff for stringing guitars because I play guitar a little bit. So that's basically where I'm at with everything right now. Yeah, things are still hard at home with my partner, with my spouse. I wish things were better. I don't know where things are going to go. I just am trying to stay focused on what I need to do for me right now. And I've been doing a lot of soul searching on what that is. And for me, that has to do with following my gut and listening to my intuition. And that's been a hard lesson for me to learn in this lifetime. And I've always, kicked myself anytime that I neglected to do that. So this time, my gut tells me to just keep standing my ground with plugging away with my business and standing up for my self-worth and, just holding my boundaries where they need to be and not bending just because somebody decides to be nice to me today, or whatever. I don't have time to play games. I don't have time to waste. I've worked too hard and I've come too far and I've overcome too much. So I just want to be able to continue on with what I have been working hard to try and build. And I think that that's the best move for me going forward, regardless of whatever's going on in my life. And I really hope that you, the watchers, will keep coming back and following me on my journey of growth and healing and evolving and things like that. And if you do like my content, please like and subscribe to the channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you hit that alert bell if you want to get notified whenever I do upload something new. And again, I really appreciate you all taking the time to spend with me. Again, I'm going to cut this one short. Yesterday was over 40 minutes, and I'm not doing that again to you guys today. Thanks for your patience while I get my bearings on how to run a YouTube channel all by myself. I'm totally indie, you guys. All right, have a good one.